Hey yo, let's go. Let's go. New intro got me hyped behind there. You know what it is? Another week of that Smoke Mare show. I'm Mike Rennie. With me, as always, the lovely Mary. No, she's a little bit under the weather, though. She's battling through it. How are you maintaining? How you doing? No, you could be better, right?
I could be better, but we're still going to go with wonderful since that seems to be the word I choose every single week. And yes, we did have a wonderful intro. We did have a wonderful intro brought to you by Jim Drassel, and he's the best.
How cool is that? Appreciate you, Jim. And we'll be seeing you at the Breeders' Cup, too. We'll be doing some stuff together once you and I to do some stuff with him. So look for some more of us doing some stuff in person, in the flesh. Get to see Mary for the second time in my life. It's always cool. And also get to see Nest run twice in 1 year, which is awesome for me since I love Nest so much. We got the Breeders' Cup coming up. Got some that talk on this show. We got my man, Jairo Rendon. Sweet interview. Just cool insight. What a cool guy. What a good interview. What a background he had before coming to the States, huh, Mary?
Oh, yeah. He, I don't know. I was with him. He was just like a very easygoing type of person to talk to. Right. And it was something, I saw something different in him than other jockeys that we've had on the show in that, you know, you'll see later on in the show, but he goes on to say that he takes these winters off to be with his family because his family is not in the States. And he's told you that he was taking the winter off and you didn't really know why. And he tells us in the interview, it's my family, you know, we're separated when he's racing and family's back home. So it's definitely a lifestyle that we have to, you know, appreciate all the jockeys that make these family sacrifices. And he does everything to be there for his family, which is admirable.
Pretty cool. So you got to give it up. He's definitely given up some winning mounts to be back home, and he says they don't have racing anymore in Colombia, which he'll also talk about. Cool interview with him. Appreciate Jairo Rendon for taking the time to come on the show. And yeah, so let's we got a nice compact show this week with the Breeders' Cup coming up. Plenty of stuff going on. We're just gonna go over a race here. Let's look at, if you look on paper, these horses look really difficult to beat. You know, me and Mary kind of talking about, it's kind of already floating around on Twitter land and other spots. It's looking chalky. So we're just to talk about a juvenile race. I mean, 2-year-olds at least are still not as proven as others. Could be, to me, a little more vulnerable. So we're going to talk about the juvenile, the grade 1, mile and 16, 2-year-old males. We got Cave Rock's gonna be the heavy betting favorite. Bafford's buddy there, been running strong races, but I'm gonna lay on the outside, going with Verifying. If that's the posts aren't done, but I'm hoping outside is Verifying with Brad Cox training that horse, third race of its life, second time versus winners, which I like. And its last race was the grade 1 Champagne at Aqueduct, was a beaten favorite, ran second. And I think this time saw some grade 1 horses for the first time in its life. Now it gets back and stays at the grade 1 level. So not like Mr. Cox thought any less of this horse. So I'm going to go with Verifying. Justify, baby. It has been hot too. So let's see if we can beat that Baffert there with Cave Rock. What do you think about your opinion on Cave Rock, Mary? You think that's a vulnerable favorite?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sold that this is a vulnerable favorite. I really like this horse, Cave Rock. I think he is something definitely special, and sired by the late great Erudite. And I don't know. I have no idea where to even go in that race because I look at the field and I mean the other horses that come to mind are Forte. Forte is one that comes to mind as someone who could potentially pull a quote unquote upset. I think Cape Rock is going to be the odds-on favorite, I think he's going to win if he stays entirely healthy the next week and a half and runs a great race.
Yeah, I enjoy Cave Rock too. That's I kind of agree with you. So I'm just kind of it's a big field. Pletcher has been tough too, like you said. You named, I think Pletcher has 2 in there. You named one of them there that could be up there. Pletcher's had a good 2 year with the 2-year-old, so got to watch out there. So Mary's kind of leaning as a solid favorite. The horse I'm going with, I don't think is going to be much of a price here. Verifying with Brad Cox, the horse is showing a lot, but I hopefully could sit a trip. So yeah, it'll be a great race with the juvenile there, and we're just excited for all the races, and hopefully try to find some value. And to be honest, the Breeders' Cup, I like to wait. It's tough to do it beforehand as much. You can create more value once the races kind of get going. You see the pools, you see people just hammering maybe a horse that shouldn't be a favorite. Then at that time you see, okay, this is the time to kind of go against a over bet horse more, to say you kind of know once the money goes around, huh, Mary?
Yeah, and according to Horse Racing Nation's rankings that they have on Fan Votes, which is their ranking system when they have a field, and Tyler's Tribe is number 2 right now. And we saw that story that the namesake of that horse finished treatment right in time for Breeders' Cup. So that was a super cool thing to see.
Yeah, no, it's going to be, that was cool. We like all that. And that's always the good stuff, the good side of horse racing that can come out of it. So be excited. 2 days of racing for the Breeders' Cup. We'll see how it goes. And let's slide into a nice compact show. Let's get right into Jairo Rendon here. He was great. Let's chopping it up with him. And he's my guy. I've been giving out since like 2019, age myself here a little bit. And he just Rendon. So he's the man. And here's his interview. With us this week, we have someone I preach about all the time on Twitter. My man, Jairo Rendon, stepping in the building with us. Thanks for taking the time to come on today, man.
Thanks to you guys. Thanks for inviting me there.
Heck yeah. Yeah.
So I see you kind of riding all over the place. You're always at a different track, and I'm always amazed to see, you're here one day and you're at Meadowlands one day and you're at Parks the next, and you're all over the place. You're picking up mounts like crazy. Can you kind of talk about how you fell in love with horse racing?
Well, yeah, I've been riding on all these tracks now because Momon's closed. So, like, people ask me if I go there, I just go past Delaware, wherever, try. I don't ride too many horses in those tracks, but at least we go there and try and win a couple races already there. So,
yeah, definitely, and that's good. And like Mary was saying, you have definitely a love for the game, as you always get on the mounts. You're from Colombia, and the kind of stuff I've seen. You started racing in Panama, or did you race in Colombia and then go to Panama? You want to tell us how that worked at the very beginning for you?
Yeah, so I started in Colombia in 2001,
okay.
And I ride there until 2006. Like, end of the 2006, I moved to Panama.
Okay.
Start riding in Panama in November 2006. Then I stayed there 2007. I was leading jockey there in 2007 in Panama.
Yeah.
So then I have my friend. He's my friend, and he was like my teacher in the jockey school too. His name is Jorge Duarte Senior.
Okay.
And he asked me like if I wanna go to Saudi. He got contract for me there. So I said, why not? I mean, I just moved to Panama to try to scale, go out.
Yeah.
So then I just go there in 2000. The end of 2007, I go to Saudi, and I spent 8 years there.
How was that experience in Saudi Arabia from the riding in the Colombia and Panama to Saudi Arabia? Was it real different riding wise for how jockeys were?
Yeah, the colony of the jockeys is more like Panamanian jockeys and Saudi jockeys. So you cannot be familiar with the Panamanians there.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely different game, they have the shortest distance they have there is 6 furlong. It's only for 2 years old. The big horses never run to 6 furlongs. It's always mile and a half. And it's different,
That's interesting.
Yeah, then like in Panama, 5 furlongs, 5.5, like everything is speed, So
Yeah,
there you have
yeah,
to save the horse for the end of the race, It's
yeah,
completely different, but I like it. I love that, and
yeah.
yeah, it's a great experience.
I'm guessing you did. Did you do well in Saudi Arabia? My guess that you would be the leading jockey there. That's just me though, because I think you're the best. But
Well,
were you winning? Doing well in Saudi Arabia?
I never was like a leading jockey there, but I was like third, four on the standings,
Yeah,
five in the standings every year, every meeting, and I win like a lot of good races there,
yeah.
like stakes races. I
Of
win
course.
a grade two for a royal family for the King Abdullah,
Nice.
and yeah, I ride a lot of nice races there. They were different like they are now, but they're more open now. They have like the Saudi
Yeah.
Cup now. They haven't that before, so. But it
True.
was
Yeah.
great. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, if
They're
I spend
expanding
8 years
now. Yeah.
to spend 8 years in Saudi, you have to do really good because those guys there are not easy.
Yeah. They don't mess around. If you don't win,
Nah.
they're
Yeah.
gonna replace you. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and and that's what kind of reasons why I liked you and your style is I feel like you give your best every race. Second place, third place, fourth. You're trying the whole time. So I'm guessing they saw that also about you.
Yeah. I don't win that many races, but always my horses are in the morning.
Exactly. Exactly.
Speaking about one specific horse that caught Rennie's eye when we first kind of started the show was Munnings Gold, which is a horse that you rode at Monmouth, and I believe she broke a record for the highest buyer won by a 2-year-old that early in the season. Now, I know she's been sidelined with some injuries and stuff, but I mean, what was that experience like for you to be on a horse of that caliber, that good as an early 2-year-old?
Well, that's a horse like you don't ride too many like that one.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Just feel the horse going that fast. And unfortunately, I don't know what happened to her. She got something,
Yeah.
but she's gonna be back, they say.
Yeah.
I would love to see her run again.
Yeah. And when you get on that horse, the pre-race getting around, you knew it was probably coming, huh? Because you probably knew the workouts coming in were solid. But once you get get that horse underneath you, you can kind of just tell it's the goods, huh?
Well, yeah, you can feel like horses they got class because when you get on
Yeah.
the horses they got class. They are always like focusing what they are doing. Like they don't lose the mind for something else. So you can know like when the horse is gonna run good.
Yeah. And something interesting I saw. I don't know if this is accurate. Did you not ride on the turf until you came? So you left Saudi Arabia after that, then you came to America from Saudi Arabia to America. Is that your transition?
Yeah, that's true. I never ran the turf before. Like the Saudi, they have like the track is very like similar to the turf sometimes because they have like they put like shavings on the dirt, mix
Oh,
it
interesting.
to retain the water and the dirt because there there's no raining there, no nothing, and the
Yeah,
wind there just dry the track right away. So they put like shavings, like wood shaving, to retain the water there. So it's gonna be like like you got a really safe horse to finish. If you don't save your horse,
right.
you don't finish there.
So
So it
that
cannot be
made
like maybe that's why I doing well here because I was coming from there and on the turf. But my first race in United States, the first race I win, it was on the turf.
was on the turf your first race in America, and you never
I
rode on the turf. Was it
that's a, that's
Gulfstream?
a, it was a Goldstein and that's a
Yeah,
race I never gonna forget. Like it was a nice filly.
yeah,
It's a trainer, the trainer Rusty Arnold.
yeah,
So I breed horses for him, Palmeros, and he gonna pay me one day. I said, "Oh man, I wanna ride. I don't want you to pay me." He said, "Well, I cannot put you in those horses because the owners, it was like in the championship meet, so all these
yeah.
guys there." So I said, "Well, if you got a chance one day to put me on one, you're gonna be okay." So next week he come to me and he says, "I got a filly. I own half of this filly. I gonna push on this filly." So I start breeding the filly. I breed the filly first time. I really like the filly, and I remember I was talking to Jose Lescano about the filly because I know Jose from Saudi and from Panama. So
Okay.
he said, yeah. He's like, he don't believe me. Like, I was talking, this is gonna be a nice filly. I really like the filly. But anyways, then we got to the paddock when she was the race day,
Uh-huh.
and I said, hey, this is the filly I'm talking about. I said, oh, she's looking nice, and she was little. She was she wasn't like that big.
Yeah.
And then she win. She paid like $25 to win. And then in the
Boy.
next race, I have a horse in a stake broke down, and I broke my collarbone. So
Ooh.
take me away for 5 months. So who's riding the filly next? Jose Lescano.
Of course.
He wins like 6 stakes from her. She was really nice
He won
filly.
6 stakes on it. You
Her
called it.
name was Morticia, right? Nice filly.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah,
You
so
knew it.
that's something you never gonna forget. Like
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah. Hey, that was the one. But you also, that also probably showed, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about. You didn't have a name for yourself yet. And what I explain to people is what you're talking about. The Gulfstream 2018-19 championship meet had both Ortiz brothers, Tyler Gaffleone, Alvarado Jr., Leparoux. It was like the best. And then here's Rendon, and you get those random mounts, but you were winning 17 to 19%, and most of the time at a price because no one, and you always rode aggressive on the rail on the turf. You are not afraid to come up that rail around that home stretch at the turf. So yeah, I can see why people started giving you a chance too going forward.
Yeah, 2019 I was really picking it up there.
Mm-hmm.
I ride for those guys like Brenda Wash, Fletcher, yeah.
Yeah, you started getting a good mount.
My maker gave me a lot of chances there too, and yeah, but the COVID came, and I say, I have no family here, nobody here. I gotta go, so I just go away for 2 years, and then I came back this year.
So tell us about that. That was obviously, kind of everyone had to make a decision there. You went back home for 2 years. You just stayed in shape. Did you ride a lot? What were you, how was the 2 years off? Was it good just kind of get your mental right?
Unfortunately, we don't have races there now. They closed the racetracks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I ride some horses like the ponies, do something. And I always doing something, so I never stopped doing my things there. So, and fortunately, I have no problems with my weight. Always keeping my weight down there. Thanks God, I don't have to fight with that. So I just coming back and start galloping some horses this year and feel like I never get away.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So
I was
go
ahead, man.
Looking forward, what are the plans for the next 6 months? Where do you plan on going? What do you plan on doing?
Well, that's like people always ask me, what are you gonna do? And I say I go home. I just coming back next year for Momo Meet. So I just go in there, spend time with my family there. I got my parents, my kids. So
nice. That's good stuff.
I mean, I spent a lot of years already, every year around. So I just kind of be like, I miss riding. I don't want to quit, So I just go for a couple of months there and I come back.
What is it like to be here for an extended period of time away from your family?
Well, it's not easy, you miss your parents, you miss your kids, and also I miss my country a lot,
Yeah, that's awesome. You're a family man. Like I'm a fan. I have a daughter too, so it's good stuff. I know how it is.
But you go there, when you come back, you come like fresh, like your body is fresh, your mind is fresh. You start like really want to do this,
Yeah.
But when you pass like 8-9 months again here, riding every day, like away from everybody, it's gonna be like, oh man, I gotta go back again.
Yeah, I bet. And you come in hot off this year, 2020. Your stats as of yesterday: 299 races, 49 first, 48 second, 59 third. Just like you said, pretty much almost a lock for in the money. It's good numbers for coming back fresh, like you said. How is that? Are you happy with that, or you think you maybe, I know it's hard just to get the mounts because you weren't here. You have to put in time to earn the rights to get those people to give you stuff, right? So that's probably a harder part than actually winning, is to actually get the right connections, huh?
Yeah, it was like a surprise for me when I get here and like I start riding again, and those people just keep like me,
No.
Some trainers just keep push me on their horses, like they don't mind if I was away for two years. They just give me opportunities, and we're doing good with those guys like Palma Bernie,
Yep.
my friend
Heck
Jorge
yeah.
Duarte, you know, so they just
Yeah.
support me all the times, and we're doing good with them. I mean, I don't expect I'm gonna be like that, but thanks God, it was like more than I expect. So
That's good. That's good. Now, I knew it. I was sending you tweets. Come back. You were smiling. I was like, hurry back. You're better than all these people. That's just me. I'm sorry. Just my, it's a sport. I have a favorite horse, favorite jockey. I view like a sport. I think you're the man because you try hard, and other people obviously think the same. But that's all you can ask for watching it. You give it the best the whole time. You know what I mean?
yeah, we always try, you know, like I know that like if you finish fourth, if you finish third instead of fourth, the owner and the trainer make more money, you know. So I
Exactly.
just always try to get the horses there, you know.
Yeah. That's good stuff. Hey, we want to wrap this up. Jairo Rendon has to go get on a couple mounts today. Hey, I want to appreciate you taking the time. This is a great interview. Thanks for coming on, Jairo, and enjoy your break here for the winter. And I'll be waiting for you to come back.
Well, thanks to you, Mike, and thanks to you, Mari, for inviting me to your program, and it was really nice to be here with you guys.
Oh, that's sweet, man. Appreciate it. And good luck today and safe trips, all right?
Thank you, man.
And we're back. What a cool interview, huh?
He's such a personable guy, and I think,
Right.
like I was saying before, you have that element that he has an off season, basically, is the way to, I guess, phrase it, because we see people's off season maybe go down to Gulfstream if they're in the New York circuit or Kentucky or wherever, and he takes an off season for a very good cause, and that's to see his family. So that's a really nice thing to see.
Yeah, and like he says, kind of gets that mental fresh, comes back fresh, and he says he's lucky he doesn't have to. His weight is natural, so he doesn't have to worry about the jockey weight, which he thought which is a good thing for him. I hear other jockeys at the struggle. I could imagine, kind of like the wrestlers, got to maintain that weight. Must be difficult for sure. Let's hop in to that horse of the week this week. We got a horse people have heard of.
Yes, this was sent to us by Anthony, and this is him in Run Happy. And, if you spent any time at Saratoga in August, you definitely see a ton of Run Happy signs because of Run Happy Travers. It's I'm really showing my youth here because one of my favorite shows growing up was a show called Wizards of Waverly Place, obsessed with Selena Gomez. And there was an episode where their wizard school was overrun by all these ads. So there were like ads and banners everywhere you looked. And that's how Saratoga looks like to me, with Run Happy signs right around
Totally. The most advertised horse to me on it. It is a fact. The most advertised horse I've ever seen. It's a good thing. Get him out there.
As they always tell you, standing at stall 1 at Claiborne Farms.
So. Exactly. Thanks for sending that in. We love it. Cool Run Happy horse. And let's hop into the play of the day. Can we go 4 in a row at Gulfstream? I don't know. Going with the horse that I think might be at this number 5-1, maybe goes down to 3-1, but we're going Gulfstream Park, race 3, the 4, Serenade a Kitten. I expect this horse to sit the trip, make that one run coming home because it's on the synthetic mile and the 16th. There's going to be a little bit of a pace, and this horse should get it done back at the claiming level that I feel like it wins at. And it's just an open race, and this horse could get it done with Sammy Camacho, Serenade a Kitten, race 3. Let's make it 4 in a row at Gulfstream. Can we keep the streak alive? Serenade a Kitten, that's race 3, the 4. What do you think, Mary? Are we going to keep we streaking? Let's go. And very nice team pick. It's almost borderline lock now.
Yes, Wicked Halo was great the other day on Saturday.
Yeah, they're running it back quick. Halo, it's going to be interesting to see if Halo can run back. It would end a pretty tough race. What do you think?
I was surprised that Gunite appeared in the pre-entries.
Yeah,
because he did bleed a little bit after his win, and honestly, I walked up to place my bets. And I'm so upset that I didn't put more money on that Exacta Straight because I was really hoping that number 1 Hoist the Gold was going to come up because I placed a substantial win bet on him.
It was one to try it hard. It was just couldn't. just a little maybe more pace at the beginning. It can nail them. You know what I mean? I like that. I'm going to be following that one next time out. I promise that for sure. Ran a great second place. And Gun Eye will be interesting. Maybe, I guess we'll see what happens when these couple horses that won are coming right back. Thanks for stopping by. Another week of that Smoke Mare show. Dialed in, done, intro in, new stuff coming. Look for us. You might see us around the Breeders' Cup. I'm coming in hot. I'm pumped up. We're going to be kicking it. It's going to be fun and good stuff. And thanks for stopping by, everyone. Have a good weekend. Get the bets home and safe trips. Smoke.